Greetings.
My people.
Welcome to John and Tan. We want to do another topic tonight, and we paused this topic the other day as we were getting heated in a discussion. But before we get into that, want you to first subscribe and share this video. Another episode of John and Tan.
Push the button, guys.
All right, so you and I had opposing views on this topic.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So basically, about being in a relationship, allowing people, when you open up and tell what's going on in your relationship, and now outside views and opinions are now influenced in the decision making in what you do. People, you had more of the opinion of it's okay to share if there's things going on, because
Yes.
I kind of caught you giving your own views and opinion in someone else's relationship.
Right.
And I just thought that was wrong,
Right.
because you're only hearing one side of the story. And then also, when that happens, a lot of things manifest. And so in that process, there's emotions. And I think because we don't have a full view of what's going on, the other person's side, as well as, everything compiled together. So I just thought, I've never been one to just share what's going on with me personally, until maybe it's like after fact, but nothing of relationship. I just think that I know for a fact your decision making can be influenced by that outside person.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I didn't disagree with that. But what I also said was that I think in letting, well, let's say this. For me, for instance, I have a group of friends that I confide a lot of things in, and when it comes to my relationship, there is a line as to what I can discuss with them, even at that point, right? I get that, but I know that when I need support, that I have somebody that I can trust, okay, that's going to look at things both ways, right? So he's going to be able to balance me out and say, hey, look, this is what's going on her end that I know of based on an experience. This is what I think is going on with you. He's giving his opinion. He's not telling me to go and take, this action, he's saying.
Yeah.
But he's saying, well, this is what I think. And it's left to me as an adult, again, to go decide if that information is useful to me or not. Because as a human being, you can't go around just taking everything everybody tells you and doing everything, being influenced by everything.
Well, some people do.
Well, that's some people, but it's also not a healthy behavior.
Right. Right.
So there's a stage where you have to stop being influenced by people and use people's experiences, which is why we read books, which is why those are people's opinions and experiences.
Yeah, but you realize that. So when you do that, you allow that other person into your relationship that now has formulated their own opinion of your partner, and so what happens is that collective information that you've shared out there is now, the perception or what we think of that other person, what that outside person thinks of your partner. So one of the things you said is that you need that other person's opinion, right? But why?
I don't need
why?
It's
Why?
support.
Okay, so I understand having trusted friends or family that you can confide in, but one of the things is that your spouse or partner, they're not there to speak for themselves.
That's right.
So you're only giving one side, and you're giving it the side that you see. Meanwhile, you may not be sharing that other person's feelings.
Or direct, true feelings.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
Passing on the right information.
So how does that really help? I can understand sometimes you do. There are some friends that'll give it to you like it is, and when you're wrong, they'll tell you they're wrong. But then there are some that is just negative, and it eats into your relationship. That before you know it, you're like making decisions that's more based on what they thought and not really what you thought.
What happens is, just like you said, that person forms a certain perspective of perception of the other partner. And now that perception is always bad, right? Which means every time you talk to them, they're always putting that vibe on you, and it kind of, doesn't help you fix whatever's going on back home, but escalates the problem.
Meanwhile, you created it because you let that person in.
Right. Well,
you know, give their own thoughts and views.
I get that, but sometimes a man want to cry. Might need to.
A man won't cry.
Might need to go cry something. You can't go cry over my shoulder sometimes. You have to run somewhere. So I guess that's a way to cry out. And I'm not saying I do it all the time. It's just that there's certain things that I feel, this guys or this, my brothers or my sisters might have, or my parents might have a better understanding out of experience.
Right.
It's not that I want to take their opinion and run with it, but I want them to give me, their experiences. If you have about 10 people who you have experiences and you can filter that experience into one, I'm sure you can create some kind of understanding out of that issue. If you're using that information the right way, I guess. That's the key word.
Yeah, I think you just said it. That is a key word. So, like, if you're using it in the way that you just said it, because a lot of times it's in the moment emotions, and you're speaking out of emotion. So it's more like everything negative that person did, you're now exposing all the dirt and how they make you feel, which is obviously not good in the moment.
Yeah.
So, right there in that time, it's not helping your relationship to get better. You're in fact like kind of tearing it apart and bringing others in to help do that.
Yeah, that part I agree. I think that's the part that we both agree on, is that, if it's filtered information, then it's good information. It's a good conversation.
Yes.
We got really heated up the other day, guys. We got heated up.
I was like, you know what? Let's pause on this because I'm not feeling you right now.
She's like, I'm taking you to video.
Save that argument for the video. But okay, so how did it? I guess because in that time I was like really heated because I just had this discussion with someone else. I don't dare put my views and opinions in other people's relationships because you know what? I know at the end of the day, it's like, and especially people make up and you put an opinion and it's like,
later on, you're like,
like
hold on, wait.
Like they're lovey-dovey again. Meanwhile, just the other day, you were like dogging him,
And then the funny thing is, when they get back together, you're probably like the number one topic.
Yeah, you're the number one topic. Now you're
the bad.
You're the bad.
Did you know what he said about you?
Tanish said I should have just left your ass. Because you can't be trusted, obviously. No, I don't get involved. Leave me out of it.
Yeah.
Unless you're family, then,
maybe
your family property. And that's even, to an extent.
Yeah.
If it's like,
I just think there's limits to what you tell anybody about your relationship. I just think there's a limit, guys.
Yep.
There's a limit. So whether you agree with me or agree with Tan, I just think there's a limit that information should be passed, especially when it comes to personal relationships, because it's called personal. Yeah,
especially when you open up to like even family, like letting family in like to the dirt in your relationship, So like when things are not right, the first thing you do is run to every single, well, your closest family member, and then now it's like it's hard to bounce from that, because I see where sometimes people become the outsider, the outcast. Like if you're an in-law and you become like the outcast because so much has now been shared about you, you know. So
yeah, but I think there's also some form of respect in conversation. If, let's say, a sister came and told me, "Hey, look, I have an issue in my relationship. This is what's going on with me and my family and my husband." There's a respect I already have for her husband. You see what I'm saying? It's there.
But maybe it was never there. So you got to.
Well,
I'm
okay,
referring
yeah.
to what if it's never been there? So
Right.
this added fuel to it.
Yeah, exactly. So I see your point, but you know, again,
And that's really what I'm talking about.
Again, relationship, families, and all
Yeah.
that. You know, depends on who, and yeah, I get that. But I think I'm speaking of a normal relationship.
No, well,
this is a normal family.
well,
My family's a normal family. I don't know about it. I don't know about what you're talking about.
I think when you're going through an issue, or like say something just immediately happened between you and your partner, there needs to be kind of like a pause period where because your emotions are here. And so what people tend to do immediately when their emotions are here is go directly and get somebody else involved.
Offload.
Yeah, offload. And so you need to bring it down to here where you can really think about, you have to analyze exactly what just happened.
Who you're telling.
Yeah, and not even that. I'm just saying this is for you, yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Really take the information, what happened just now. Think about that other person's side, what was just shared with you, and you think about yourself, how you're feeling too, before you go and let it all out. And I think that is the problem, because when you let it out, when you're up here, it's only your views that's being shared in that manner, in that light. And you're never going to share the other person's side. You're never going to be seen.
It's going to look good. I mean,
but that's the problem.
Yeah, that's
you're
what
not
people do.
realizing in the moment
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, hey, listen.
You're
to
not
me.
saying what you did.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you're only saying
You're
what
not.
they did.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
even when you
basically.
said what you did, it doesn't even come out in the way that the other
You
person.
soften it up.
You
make
soften it up.
mushy.
Yeah, you butter
well,
it up.
what I did wasn't even that much. I just, you know.
I did this,
Yeah,
and,
just
I
did
said
this,
I'm
but-
sorry, but still.
Look what she did.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay, I get it, man. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
So you get it now.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So I think one of the things is, you know, it's really about how much are you sharing? And even if you have to share, I think take that time before you go and share. Think about it. Bring yourself down to a level where you can really understand and dissect what just
you're sharing.
happened. Yeah, and not just exactly what you're sharing, because there may not be a need to share, because when you're up here is when you really feel the need to share. You just need to let somebody else in. But I think when most of the time when I come down to here, there's never a need to share, because I can understand it. I can better know how to approach, okay, what is the next step? Obviously, it's communication. Obviously, it's to really talk about what happened and maybe some apologies that needs to happen in the process too. But I think overall what I'm saying is there really truly a need to share everything that goes on?
Questions out there for you guys.
Yeah, I know there's probably a lot of people not feeling the way I do.
Or the way I do.
Yeah.
They might be annoyed. I apologize ahead. Comments
Yeah.
welcomed.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
So, you know,
Feedback, rather.
yeah, let us know if you agree or you don't agree. And let's see who's right on this.
And leave your comments, guys. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Share to friends, family. Let's see what they think.
Yeah.
Let's keep this going. I think we're onto something.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
John and 10.
10 and John. One love.